Imagine this, you have spent months recovering from an injury. Physically, you're ready, but mentally, the fear lingers. What if I get injured again? What if I can't keep up? This is what we call return to play anxiety, and it's more common than you think. I am Mona, a mental performance coach with an honors degree in sports psychology, and today we are diving into the emotional and mental challenges of returning to play after an injury. Whether you are an athlete, a coach, or a parent, this video will give you evidence-based tools, real-life examples, and practical exercises to help manage this anxiety. Now, return to play anxiety stems from uncertainty. Now, studies show that nearly 70% of athletes experience heightened fear of re-injury or underperformance during their comeback. Now, it's a normal response to trauma of injury and the high stakes of competitive sports. Now, think of it this way. Your body heals faster than your brain. So while your muscles and ligaments might be back to 100%, your mind is still processing the what ifs. And that is okay. Acknowledge this fear is the first step. Now, when I fractured my quad tendon ligaments in Olympic weightlifting and then my back after that, I have had tremendous fear of picking up the barbell again. Now, it really took a long time to build back that confidence to even squat again. Now, the reason I injured my back was because I returned back to sport way too quickly after my quad tendon fracture. But in elite level sports, you have to do everything and anything to get back to being able to perform, even if it hurts you in the long run. And that's also what athletes don't often speak about. So what helped me? Now, consistent mental preparation. I really spent a lot of time mentally preparing myself to get back to competing. I also had great support from my team. Now, when I talk about my team, I talk about my husband, my weightlifting team in New Zealand that I was training with, the physiotherapist I was working with in New Zealand, and my lecturer, and who was also his mentor, who helped me with my recovery and the obvious gradual exposure to game situations. Now, the next question is, so how can you manage this anxiety? Now, let's break it down with 3 evidence-based approaches. Now, the first one is cognitive restructuring, okay? Now, this is challenging negative thoughts. For example, if you're thinking, I'll never play at the same level again, replace it with, I've done the work and I'll improve with time. Studies have shown that reframing thoughts can reduce performance anxiety by up to 30%. Now, number 2 is gradual exposure, and that's what I talked about, what I did a lot as well. Now, you need to start small. Instead of diving into full contact practice, ease yourself into it with like little drills, technique. At the end of the day, this builds confidence incrementally. Now, research supports that gradual exposure can help desensitize athletes to the fear of re-injury. Number 3 is mindfulness and breathing techniques. Now, firstly, what mindfulness does is it helps you stay present. Now, you can try this. Now, before your practice or if you're competing, take 5 deep breaths. Focus on inhale and exhale. Now, studies show that athletes who practice mindfulness report less anxiety and better performance. Now, what I actually started doing was in 2018, before I won my Commonwealth medal, which I've been trying for a really long time to win that. And that is also the second biggest event to the Olympics. I started doing a lot of breathing exercises. Even though I've competed for over 20 years on the international stage, I still got really nervous. And I actually found that when I did my breathing exercises, I was less nervous when I walked onto the platform and I had thousands of people watching me and also people watching me on TV. It made me feel less nervous and a lot more present, and I felt a lot more focused doing my actual lift. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises to help you with this. The first one is you can do the what's true list. Now, write down your biggest fears, like what if I get injured again? Then next to each fear, write what's exactly true, such as I've completed my rehab and I'm physically cleared. This exercise helps ground you in reality. Now, exercise number 2, and this one's going to take a little bit of practice, but you can do visualization practice. This is where you close your eyes and you imagine yourself performing successfully. Picture the details, the sound of the crowd, your movements, the outcome. Now, research shows that mental rehearsal can activate the same brain pathways as physical practice. Now, exercise number 3 is goal setting. Firstly, you need to set realistic, short-term goals instead of focusing on being game ready immediately. Aim for milestones like completing a practice without hesitation. Now, remember, you are not alone in this. lean on your teammates, lean on your coaches, and mental health professionals. Sometimes the greatest strength actually comes from asking for help. A lot of times us athletes deals with our stuff internally and with ourselves, and we can do so much more by actually reaching out to people and asking for help, because the help is there. And then also remembering returning to play is a journey, it's not a sprint. So with the right mindset, the tools and the support, you can overcome the mental hurdles and come back even stronger. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might need it. And guys, I cannot wait to see you in the next one.